Let me run through quickly a few of the big lies, and then we'll open it up to Q&A. Okay, Amanda?
Yep.
All right. So let's knock down some of the easy ones first. There is a zombie apocalypse. 12 million dead people roaming the earth with Social Security checks spewing out of their cadaverous pockets. And when Elon Musk said that some of them were as much as 150 years old, the liar-in-chief would not be outdone, so he told your Congress, actually, some of them are 300 years old. He did. Did you see that? He said some of them are 300 years old. And then he went down to break down. You got to laugh because it hurts too hard to cry. And then he started breaking down the age cohorts. Could you imagine somebody that was 300 years old? They would have been here for the founding of Jamestown and the Commonwealth. So there is no zombie apocalypse. It doesn't happen. The latest Inspector General report, before they locked off the head of the Inspector Generals all through the federal government, this one must have already been in motion. So that was published on March 23rd. And actually, there are about 7,000 people that continue to get a check after they die. It's largely unavoidable because some people pass away in the same week that they're in the pay cycle to have the direct deposit, and we get that back in probate. And another reason you can tell your brother-in-law, who only watches the Fox, we automatically, Social Security is required by Congress to keep a horrible name, but hey, Congress named it, not me, the master death file. So whenever, like vital records for the Commonwealth of Virginia or vital records in Maryland, by the way, I want to compliment Brenda Clark for coming here. Stand up and show them. She is sporting a very vintage Women for O'Malley Brown pink t-shirt. Thank you, Brenda. A veteran of that winning campaign. But we get automatically alerted whenever there's a death certificate registered. And we also get automatically alerted when somebody over, I think, the age of 75, that they suddenly stop billing Medicare. Could be a miracle. We get automatically alerted. So that doesn't happen. It's false. It does not happen. Second big lie. Illegal immigrants. You know, all of the tens of millions that Joe Biden and the blue conspiracy brought here to maintain power forever and ever, amen. Those illegal immigrants are milking Social Security's dry. They get benefits right away as soon as they come here. Totally false. Illegal immigrants, so-called, undocumented human beings, working hard here, contributing to our economy, doing a lot of jobs, they are prohibited from ever receiving Social Security benefits. And if they're working here out of status, they can't even earn credit to become insured. But they contribute $26 billion a year to all of the rest of us, of which they will never see a dime. Third big lie. Social Security is bloated, inefficient. The hiring ratchet only goes one way, and that's to hire more and more and more. And that's not true, and that's the graph that tells you that. Here's one other fun factoid. Social Security is probably, I'm not going to say without a doubt, because nobody else has come back on me with this, and I've been saying it long enough, including in front of congressional committees. You will not find a more efficient insurance company than Social Security. For sure. When Social Security operated with a high level of customer service, you know what its overhead was? 1.2% compared to benefits paid. 1.2%. It's now been reduced down to about 0.77 of 1% with all of the people they've been shoving out. I think they've gotten rid of 7,000 people so far. It's a little bit like the Hermit Kingdom. They fudge the numbers and they don't reveal the numbers, so it's hard to say. But where was I going with that? So back when they operated your Social Security Administration with a high level of customer service, and keep in mind the same dollars you paid in your whole life for your benefits are the same dollars that pay for the customer service, comes out of the same pots for the most part. That 1.2% compared to other private insurance companies, 1.2% Social Security, Allstate is 19% overhead. Liberty Mutual, Liberty Bibberty, 23% overhead. So it is the most efficient insurance company in America. And if Congress wanted to, they could restore the customer service staffing back to that 1.2%, and they could take it entirely from the trust fund, if they wanted to, without adding a single penny to the national deficit or the national debt. And you know what it would advance that 2033 surplus depletion date by? 30 days. 30 days. So why are they doing this? Not about efficiency. It's not about reducing waste. It's not about keeping, here's another big lie, waste, fraud, and abuse, and improper payments. After they did away with the inspector generals all across the United States, whose job it is to police against those things, and then at Social Security, once they put their own puppet commissioner in charge, because the first one was a career person who refused to violate the Privacy Act and open up your personal data to these young men up there. So she quit on principle. Then they put their own puppet guy in charge, who was like a GS-14, who had been put on administrative leave pending an investigation into whether he illegally shared the Doge data with the Doge people, which he admitted to doing on a screen on LinkedIn anyway. So at the end of that long weekend, they put him in charge, and one of the first things he did was to do away with it. He was kind of a fraud guy. That's funny. That's a double meaning. His job in the agency was to do data analytics. That's fraud. So he did away with a division called the Office of Analytics, Oversight and Review, OARE. And their job was to police against and do the deep dive to figure out what's causing the overpayments, what's causing the underpayments, what can we do to fix it. He totally did away with the whole division, tore it up, put it in different places. It's like flying monkeys, tearing up the Scarecrow and the Wizard of Oz. So the incidence of improper payments, that is a combination of fraud and also overpayments, underpayments, is less than 0.3%. Elon Musk on TV said 40% of the calls to the 800 number are fraudsters that are stealing your direct deposits. They do it all day and all night. I've seen it myself, he said. And nobody does anything about it. Well, the truth is, it's actually 0.0003 in terms of successful fraud attempts. It's not 40%. And Social Security actually has a very, very low incidence of waste, fraud, or abuse in the agency. So I've been prattling on long enough. Let's open it up for a little bit of Q&A. That's a little more fun. Can we do that, Amanda? Good to go now?
Absolutely.
Well, let me say one more thing in the call to action, because we can be very angry, but I don't find anger to be a useful emotion. We need to call our representatives. Right now, I truly believe. Let me wrap up with this. We've seen the massive reductions in staffing at the IT department. It's somewhere around 35 to 40% of their IT department was done away with in the last 90 days. That's the IT department that makes sure that the 3,000 applications that ride on top of that green screen, COBOL-based personal data, all of our earnings since our first summer job, So they've ushered out that many staff. Now you're seeing started as intermittent interruptions in some of those applications, like the MySSA account. Some of you have MySSA accounts. You've seen how that's increasingly, you can't get in on that. I was with a number of people that represent people with disabilities over the course of this last week. They have an application they use to upload documents to get their hearing date scheduled, and that was down for 3 out of 5 days last week. So you're going to see more intermittent interruptions like that, and ultimately, it's happened twice when I was there, these things can cascade into a total shutdown of the agency. Fortunately for us, when that happened twice, and we weren't trying to get people to quit, we're paying them your money to quit, we were able to get it back up. Once it happened on a Thursday, another time on a Friday, we were able to get it back up by a Monday. But ultimately, this Jenga tower, given all the logs they pulled out of the bottom of it, will interrupt benefits for some period of time. I don't know when that is. Most of the people whose opinions I relied on when I was in the agency and who have since left the agency all tell me that they believe we're kind of overdue for something like that. When that happens, this administration is going to get a popular blowback, the likes of which they have yet to experience. 73 million people. So as we go to this, our Q&A, let me give you a little hopeful story. I just had my wife and I, our family, received into this world, into this wonderful experiment called the United States of America, our very first grandchild. He's adorable, he's beautiful, he's handsome, he's intelligent, he's smart, and he will be a Democrat. And when I was holding him, I was at my daughter and son-in-law's place and getting my special time. The mail came, and my son-in-law says, "Look, to the parents of a letter from Social Security." And I knew he'd do that, like 3.5 million times a year from the office on Wabash Avenue, 5900 block in Baltimore. But I'd never been on that side of it. And to watch them open that and to see their freshly arrived baby's name and number, it wasn't just a card. And it wasn't just an envelope. It said, this baby matters to his country. And his country matters to this baby. And nobody's going to take it from us.